Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. Glad you're here. So today I'm going to show you how I make a bunch of my little tabs that I put in my journals. And I like to make a bunch at a time. So I'll just show you what I'm talking about. So here is a little page tab here. Now this is on a little grungy journal I made. And here's the back side. Okay. So there's one example that I wanted to show you, that once you make these, you can make them to kind of fit whatever theme. And I'll show you, these were all made at the same time, the ones that I'm going to show you. So here's another example that I actually used to put onto this little journaling card. So here's the tab right here. And you can see how big this one is. And this was made from a piece of file folder. But it was great as this topper for that. So I had two in this little fun journal, which there's a flip through of this coming to show you guys how I made this cute little grungy journal. Using our leftovers from our bigger, I guess, not super big, but a grungy that we did. And then here's another example. And this is in a little journal that I'm kind of working in here and there when I get a chance, and making some stuff as I'm making things to show you guys how I do stuff. So here is the other tab. So you can see this was the same type that was made, but now this is not grungy. It's a little bit more crisp. And I use this on the edge of this page tuck that I put on here, this big page pocket. So I dressed it up a little bit more on this side once I put it into the journal. So hopefully you can see that and give you guys an idea of these page tabs. I have put some in some other journals, but those have already gone to their new homes. So what will you need? You will need probably a scissors, probably some kind of corner punch to nip out the edges of stuff if you don't have any pre-mades. So some of us have those whale tail punches, which are great. I don't have one of those, and I want to use the supplies that I have. So that's why I'm going to show you some different ways to make some things. So I have a pile of stuff here I'm going to go through quick. Maybe a hole punch would be helpful, and this is a larger hole punch. You'll need some glue. I like a liquid as well as a glue stick to kind of use with this. And then you'll need bases. So I have a pile of stuff here that I'm going to show you really quick for what you can pull. So if you're doing like a little mass make, so you make a whole bunch of the kind of similar items and then have them in a little stash you can pull from. So I have these tiny little papers that work great. So if you want thinner ones, like a small paper, and these are like the perfect size for this, to be able to either fold this way or the long way, depending on what shape you want your tab to be. So these are a little bit thinner. So I'm just gonna fold this one really quick. So that's one way, just having some little pieces of paper that you have ready. You can cut your paper down to size, whatever you have. So I had this whole little stack of these little, they're like dictionary definitions, and you can see I used the cover when I did the last time when I made these. I don't have any other ones to show you because I've used them all. That's why I have to make some more anyway. So I thought, I'll show you. This is a clothing tag from a secondhand shop. This is great. So here's another option of something you can use. This was another type of tag that was on something, so that makes a great base as well. So just using some of the stuff you have at hand. If you have a tag punch, these can work handy. I think I have shown how I use these. I thought I had it handy here to show you, but I don't see it. Anyway, if you have a tag punch, you could punch out some tags and use these. I'll show you what we're going to do with those. Circles can also work. Is another option, and I'll kind of do a bunch of a variety of these really quickly when we get to that point. Then getting into some other supplies. if you have some other types of random things that you think could be fun or will go along with the theme of a journal, pull some of that stuff too. This is from a plant book that I had that showed how to match your garden, and you could flip through different pages and stuff. So I have a bunch of these like kind of strips. Thought that might be fun to work with. Then I have some vintage kind of heavier card. So these are just flashcards. I'm going to cut up a couple of these to just kind of show a different kind of feel. Some bingo cards, some other stuff here, and then packaging. So if you have packaging that you want to use for some other things, there's going to be bits and pieces that you cut off that will work great for page tabs. So these are obviously from some chocolates. Then I'll just do other boxes here first. This is from a chainsaw box, and the chainsaw itself, or the chain that was in a bag. So these are completely clean. They're not oily or anything, but it has this really nice already prepped surface that can take ink and all kinds of stuff really, really well. But if we use this for like a pocket or something, we're going to have some extra pieces. So I'll show you what you can use those for too. So boxes, little boxes, because it's, you know, junk that you have. Same here. I'm going to use this for some covers because I like how pretty this is, and it'll be fun to kind of decorate to make some fun covers, but there's going to be extra bits and pieces that I'm going to take off that as well. Same with these will be pockets, and then there'll be extra pieces that I'm going to cut off. In my packaging video that I showed how you can turn packaging into different things, I did that as well. So this is interesting. I'm not sure what this was from, but it had these little pop outs on it. I was just digging through my I have like a random box that I use with packaging and whatnot. So these kind of things are really fun. Different shapes, kind of give some different interest to things. So we're going to cut some of these down to show you how to use that, and then we'll have extra pieces of this kind of lightweight cardstock there as well. So that's going to be for the bases. So that's another thing. You'll need something to use for bases, whether it's paper, cardstock, leftover junk. Since we are junk journalers, use up that stuff. And then a tray of goodies. So I have here, this is a muffin tin, and I have a bunch of little random stuff. And when I am cleaning off my desk, this is sometimes where stuff goes so that I can use it for little clusters and things like that. So I have some prepped little tag advertisements over here. I have some other random bits of paper, letters, like random letters, words that I've cut off of some other packaging and things that could be fun to kind of bulk out or make our tabs a little bigger. Some teeny tiny paper clips. This is like the rolls of stuff that you get around your like embroidery floss and stuff. And then a bunch of these little things that came off of some tags. They're fun to use. Other random little paper doodads and bits in here. Some other random things that I'm like, okay, this could be interesting on that stuff. And then some pieces of leftover card here. These actually might be good as bases for the tabs themselves. Then some different fibers. You should go in there, friend. Some little pieces of fabric, little pieces of flowers, fake flowers, and some buttons. So, you know, whatever you want to use, throw it into one of these things so they're like ready-made to grab that you can kind of put with whatever you're doing. Also, maybe some other little random scraps of paper and whatnot too. Okay. And I also grabbed, when I was going through, these interesting stickers. I think they're to put on mailboxes and stuff. And then just some other leftover stickers that I had. So use up some of your random stuff this way too. Okay, I'm gonna cut right here, prep this stuff so we have a bunch of bases ready to go, and then we'll move on to the next step. I'm gonna do that off camera because it's gonna take a little bit for me to prep through all of this stuff, and you guys don't need to see that. I'm just gonna cut some cardboard and stuff. And if that's something you guys want to see, leave a message in the comments and be like, no, we want to see the full process. We want to see you ramble on. and hear you ramble on while you're cutting things down. Or if you're like, yes, we don't need to see all of that. So please leave me a comment about that, okay? I will be done in a minute. And ta-da! Okay, so I chopped up a bunch. I didn't put everything out here because it would have been a lot and kind of overwhelming. But I'm going to show you a little bit what we got and then do a little bit of this second step together here. So cut up the boxes. So I got all kinds of little shapes, kind of like this, from the little various flaps and parts of the little boxes. Some more of those random ones, these random ones. So I'm going to set some of them off to the side now and then show you. So basically you have bits that are cut out. So we have plain, some are already folded, some I left so that I could show you the next step. So you have your bits, various pieces of box or paper or whatever. Then next, if you want to do some nipping of the edges off of them. So I'm just going to set a bunch of these off to the side and then leave a few to decorate. So here's from that other random package. And I did some scoring to kind of make a fold. I'm not going to nip the edges on this one. I kind of like the shape that it is. This one's a little bit interesting as well because it's got this extra bit. This one is fun because it has this little hole in it. So we could punch that. That could be fun to do too. All right, get you guys out of the way. These guys, these guys. So you have basically random shapes or pieces of paper. Let me grab one more of those. And then you can think about which way you want them to go. Also tags, that tag that we had, I just went ahead and nipped the edges off of that as well, corner nipped it. So we folded them. So here we go. We'll do a fold. So friend, a little scattered here today. All right, so we have our bits. Fold them whichever direction you want. If you want them to be this way and a little bit smaller, you could do it that way. You could do it this way so that they're longer and taller, whichever way you wish. I'm going to do this one as a side this way and just giving that a fold like that. Okay. Now, same way with this one. So I'm just going to show some different ways to fold. So I did 2 of these. I mean, they can really go any direction right now. I left this edge on there. I thought that was kind of fun. So I think we'll make this one, this could be a top tag, pull, top tabby. So you could put these on just about anything. Let's do this one long. Bleh. You can score them if you have a scoring board, or you can just fold it as evenly as you can. Up to you what you do. So we have these folded. I'm going to fold these friends too. So these are from some of the flashcards. Like I said, I didn't pull everything out because it would have been just way too much. So this one I had be the long way like this. So just wanted to kind of show you guys a few different options for when you fold them. And then this one is going to go this way. So I made this one really large this way with the print side this time. So you can kind of do whatever you feel like. Okay. Now we're going to nip some of these corners like that. And there's a couple of ways you can do this. You could use a scissors. You could use a hole punch for a small one. So here's with the small one. So here is just a hole punch. And what I'm going to do is just nip the corner of this, kind of line it up best you can like that. Just a cute little nip roughly the same. If it's not perfect, it's not perfect. So that's one way you can do it, using a hole punch, okay? Now, another way that you can do it is with one of these style punches. So these are for like a tag pull or a tag topper or something like that. So, and I love this and I use it quite a bit, and it has 3 different sizes on it. So you can kind of pick which size you want. So this is a really big tag. So I'm going to use my biggest one on this. Kind of go with whatever proportions you feel. Okay, so that one's done. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do a size down since it's a little bit smaller. Like so. Almost went in my coffee cup. And then let's do this little friend with the little corner nipper. Since it's little. So basically you have your shape, you cut your corners, and then if you look at this, when you open it up, this forms a circle. So that's another option for you if you have a circle punch and you want to use it on these big tags. So I did one side on this already, and that's what I'm going to do. And how I did this was I lined it up where I have my center. So the center line is lined up, and then I lined up on the edges like so. Okay, and that is another way to do the same thing. So now, and it's not perfect, but you know, it's pretty good. You could always like trim it up a little, or maybe it goes this way. It's more perfect that way. The circle went better that way, so it lines up better. So we're going to leave it like that. And then we have the brown paper to use anyway. So that's another option, is using a circle punch. So hole punch, circle punch, scissors, or a corner nipper like this. So I'm going to do this one like so. Okay. Now, a couple other ones. So this was one of that clothing tag I just folded, nipped the corners on that one. This was like a tag punch. So I used a tag punch, and then I did the corner nipper on here. And here is our circle. So a circle makes a great little tag too, and we nipped out the corners on this as well. So a bunch of different options that you can use in order to make these and make your bases. So next step, so I'm just going to pull a few to decorate really quick with you guys. So I think we'll do the circle. We'll do one of these friends. Let's do this fun flower. And then maybe I want to have like a different orientation. Let's do this friend. We'll do this one as a top tag. Let's do the orange one. See, I want to like do them all right now with you guys. Oh, and a plain. I wanted a plain white one to show you some different options. Okay, so these friends are going to go out of the way, and we'll just work with these guys. So next up, if you want to add some stamping, this would be a great time to do that. If you also want to do inking, which is what I'm going to do next. So I know that I am going to be working on something very neon soon, or trying to. So what I'm going to do is very quickly just get the edges of these inked on a few of these friends. Okay, so that one is done. Let's do this one too. Okay, so I want to get a little bit of stamping on a couple of these first before we move on. So let me grab a stamp really quick to add something to a couple of these friends. So let me grab that quick. All right, ink. I have a stamp here. This is just going to add some interesting texture. That's my plan here, just to kind of break up stuff a little bit. So I'm going to do this. Just for something a little different. Let's do it on this orange one too. Nice. And for sure on this friend, let's see, I think a side, so it could be a side one. Nice. Okay, perfect. That's all I wanted to do, is just kind of lay down a little bit of texture, break up that space a little bit. And now we're going to move on. I'll let that dry. Those ones need a second. But let's clean this up quick, so we don't get smearies on everything. All right, so let's get to the decorating. So then basically that's all you're gonna do, is now you get to have fun figuring out where you want stuff to be and how you want it to be and whatnot. So I'm gonna lay this flat because it'll be easier to work with. And I'm just gonna start layering some things on here that I think could be fun. And I'm looking for bright colors on this one. So let's move. I want to have the tray up here, so I'm trying to figure out where I want to put stuff in case I need my ink again. Move some things, shift. All right, let's get it done. I don't have a lot of bright stuff happening. Okay, so this we might use, I'm just gonna pull a couple things. This is kind of bright. Let's add this friend on here like this, or that's kind of fun. Ooh, it's getting windy outside. Maybe I'll do it on this side. Since that side is really big like that, let's do it on this side. So we can change all of our directions, put things different ways. That's kind of cute like that. Okay, let's do it on this side instead. I'm going to decorate it on this side. So we're going to put that there. I'm just going to start layering stuff, and I'm going to start gluing things down. And that is kind of the fun part of this. You find your little scraps, you do your little thing, and then you get to have fun and just go to town decorating and layering some things. And how about this friend here? Let's ink that. Let's do a little bit more Twisted Citron on this just for fun. So you're just kind of building out from the base a little bit. That's all we're doing. And then you'll have something you can add into your journals if you make a bunch of these up ahead of time. You can just kind of grab from a little stash of them, which is kind of fun. That might have been a little excessive. Let's find out. Go like that. Get you on there. If you don't want them to be bulky, use thinner stuff or don't add as much on. Let's see, do I have anything else really brightly colored and fun in my little... I don't have a lot of bright colors in here. I have a lot of neutrals and mundane stuff. Oh, here's like a little piece of that metal aluminum tape here. Can I tear this? Yes, I can. Let's do... save that because I want to put one more little element on here. And I thought about this little pink bit, but I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe a stamp is what I need. A stamp. I want something else bright, and I bet I have a stamp that'll be nice and bright. What's this? Oh, I have a little fortune here too. That could be fun. All right, so we'll save that. And then let's see if I got something in amongst my stamps. You could use stickers. You could use just about anything. So I have something bright and colorful. Oh, this one's bright. This is bright. Let's do this one. Let's do you right about there. So you just kind of layer them out and have some fun. And then when you put them on to your, oh, I need to scoot this in a little bit because this is going to fold over and we need to think about how far it's going to stick up from the page. That might be up a little bit too far. That's fine. And now, oh, that's a good idea. Let's put this right on the edge. This little fortune. Put it right on the edge of the tab. Right here. Oh, and that covers up all of that metal. You know what? Let's put it on the other side. Let's put it here. That's fun. Let's do it. Let's ink it with a tiny bit of the purple. Just gently. So we got the purple on the other side. This could be fun. So yeah, you can decorate both sides. You can leave it. You can just have like your little as is, leave the tabs like that for now even. Like there's so many different things that you could do. But I think this right about here is great. So then that's on the edge of that tab already. Oh, I like how that's smeared a little. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Okay, friend. And then this side is good too. I feel like it needs one more little thing. Like in here or something. Let's see, what do we got? Or like a circle, a letter. Come on, friends. What do we got? That's kind of cute. Too much, though. Too much. Too much. Conundrums. It's like a little half circle in here. I don't know. Maybe we'll leave it. We'll leave that one for now. Maybe we'll see the perfect thing. All right, so that one's good. Next, how about this one? We're gonna go for a vintage feel. And this one is going like this, so we can add something on here. I have one of these. So, and you can put them underneath this part. Yeah, let's do that. Ah. You can go underneath, over top, whatever you want to do. You're just basically building kind of like a little cluster. That's your page tab. Let's put a number on here like that. You can ink them, not ink them. That's fun. And then what else do we have? One of those, one of those. Oh, what else is in here? I'm going to take one of these little stranded. Okay, that's kind of cute. Let's do it. Little floss thing. Like that. Can make them really symmetrical, not so much, whatever you want to do. Do we have a little stamp that we can add in here? That'll be, here's this one. That one's nice. I'm going to take off its plastic. Oh yeah, right about there. Right about there. Like so. And that I think is kind of perfect. Do I want anything else? Any more little letters? Little letters. Any little letters? Yes, I do have some little letters. What do we have? P, an I, an S, an A, K, a V. Let's do it. A V. Let's do it right here. There. Okay. That one's done. All right, let's do this circle and maybe we'll leave it at that. Although I kind of like this circle the way it is. I think I'm going to leave that one. I like it just like that. I think that would be really cute on a page as is. I think the orange one, this orange one too. So you don't have to do everything. Yeah, I like this orange one the way it is as well. So we'll leave those. Let's do something with our little flower friend here. All right. So I want something underneath here that's a little larger. Oh, this is cute. Can do that. Yes. Okay, so that can go there. Because I like that sticking out through there. Let's build out from there. Purple. Let's do, that's a little too blue. Here is a piece of book page. A little piece of book page, a little scrippy scrap. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. Make sure that I stay where you guys can see me working here. And then that's gonna go there. So I feel like I need a little bit more of something happening. Oh, this is cute. Oh, let's do that, maybe. Oh, that's fun. Let's do it. Paper towel here. Extra glue. Okay. Oh, I have another little fun framey thing. Okay, that's cute too. These are like from the edges of, or popping out die cuts. I was like, oh, well, these are kind of fun. Let's just keep using them. And let's get this friend on there. I'm not sure what all or where this is going to lay, so let's do our best. That was pretty good, actually. Get a little more glue right under here. It's actually really cute. I mean, I could have torn that off, put that someplace else, but I kind of like this kind of interesting vibe shape that we got. That's really cute, just like that. Maybe another little element or something down here. What do we have? What's this little tickety thing? No way is impossible to courage, or M. Nothing is difficult to the man who will try. Yeah. So you just kind of layer some stuff up and have fun with it. Have a good little play around with some of your supplies, your little weird doodads that you're never quite sure what to do with. Oh, that's cute. Let's do it. I think that's going to look really cute in a journal. For sure. Oh my gosh, look at the tiniest little file folder. That is adorable. I feel like I should make a tiny little envelope to put that in. I have made some pretty tiny envelopes, so that could be fun. Let's do that there too. See how you can just start building and having just playing around with stuff? Make things to go with whatever you're working on, or just make things to just have fun with. I think that's good. I like that. That could be really cute on the side of a page. I think we'll call that good. All right, let me close this stuff up quick and then show you what we did, because it's kind of a disaster on this desk right at the moment. So, all right, so we made some different directional tags. So we have this one. Clearly it goes both ways on your page, right? So here's the one side, and then our other side. And then this friend goes on the top of a page. So then we see this side, and then here's the other side. And then this fun friend that goes on our page this way and that way. And then some more plain ones, just showing you what you can do with various things. And there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial and getting to see me have a little play with some supplies here. And yeah, there we go. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all that jazz. And don't forget, art with your heart. You never know what you can make. Have a great day, guys. Bye.